Hey cuties, welcome back to my channel. So today you're going to be getting ready with me, achieving this look here. So if you guys want to get ready with me and chit chat with me and talk about crazy shit, then just please keep watching. Okay, so as you guys can see, I already did my brows off camera and I also primed my lids. I wanted to just go ahead and go in straight with my eyeshadow because Lord knows how long it actually takes for me to do my brows and do all that in one camera in one video. So that being said, as you can tell, I'm gonna wear this shirt today and I want to do like a rosy, similar to this shirt but not too similar. So I'm gonna do like a rosy pink smoky eye kinda, I think, and a little bit of maroon in it. So something really pink, rosy, dark, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to be using 3 palettes today. So first being the JACLYN Hill Morphe palette. Next is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance. Lastly, I'm going to be using the Urban Decay GWEN STEFANI palette. So to start off this look, we're going to use the JACLYN Hill palette, and I'm going to pick up a very synthetic blending brush. I'm going to be picking up these 2 shades right here with my Morphe M518 brush, and we're gonna go ahead and start using these colors as our transition shades, and we're gonna just deepen them up with the same shades. We will begin to apply this into our crease. Remember not to use a heavy hand, it's not needed. And then we're just gonna start blending in those colors a little bit upwards toward the brow bone, because like I said, this is going to be our transition, not our crease color. So today I'm gonna go get the car washed and I'm gonna go to Party City to go get some things for my gender reveal party. I'm actually super excited for the party. I have never really hosted a party like me on my own doing parties type shit. But this is actually the first party where I'm going to be inviting everybody, providing the food, the drinks, and all that stuff. So I'm pretty excited. I hope everything turns out good. I really didn't want it to be a big party. I just want it to be into my family, in between me and Jose's family, of course. I didn't really want to invite my friends or anything. The only friends we did invite were like the people that are really close to us, like mostly Jose's friends. I don't really hang out with my friends that much, just because it's different for girls, I guess. Why, I don't think it is, but my friends, they're not like that. So that being said, Jose's friends are usually the ones that we usually invite more because I'm more around them and I tend to hang out with them more than I hang out with my friends. So I'm super excited and I'm happy that my friends are gonna be there. Well, I consider them my friends now, guys, obviously. I'm gonna pick up a smaller brush like this. I'm gonna pick up that brow bone highlight that you guys know I love from this palette, which is this second shade up here. And with that smaller brush, like I said, I'm going to pick up the product and I'm going to spray some of that MAC Fix Plus, like always, which I'm running out of big time. I need to go get another one. We're going to apply this into our brow bone area. I don't know if y'all can see that, but that highlight is freaking amazing on my brow bone. That's why I love it for a brow bone highlight. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other brow. I'm going to go in with my blending brush, picking up no product. I'm just going to blend out the edges, just making sure everything looks seamlessly blended. So we are going to move on to the Modern Renaissance palette. With the same brush, I'm going to pick up Love Letter, which is this pink shade up here. Now that I'm using this palette, I was so happy I didn't purchase the Anastasia Subculture palette because so many people were talking bad about that palette and that the fallout was crazy and the pigmentation. There was pigmentation, it's just that it was very hard to blend with some colors, and I was just like so happy that I did not purchase that palette because I'm the type of person, even though the owner of Anastasia said that if you purchase that palette you can go and return it and get your money back and get a full refund. I don't like doing returns, and I hate waiting for my money to sink into my bank account again. I just hate it so much. So I was really happy that I didn't purchase that palette at all. I was like, thank God I did not purchase that palette, because one of my clients had actually asked me if I was going to purchase it, and I had told her I didn't know what palette she was talking about, because I really didn't hear about that palette until she brought it up to me. I was so happy that I did not purchase it, and I was very convinced that I was, but because I wasn't so into that palette, like I didn't really know when it was going to launch or anything. When it did launch, I didn't realize it, so I wasn't like, oh my god, I missed it or whatever. I was kind of like, oh whatever. So anyways, what I just did was I just put this in my crease and I blended everything out into my transition color. Now I'm going to pick up Venetian Red. Venetian Red. Sorry, I always mispronounce that word. So it's a little bit darker of a pink. It's more like a pink red. Picking that up with the same brush, and I'm doing pretty much the same exact thing. I just want to deepen my crease and make it pop. I'm going to pick up a more pointed blending brush, and this is from Crown Brushes, and this is a blending crease brush. So I'm going to pick up Punk from this palette, which is this burgundy shade here. What I'm going to do with this shade is I'm going to focus this on the outer parts of my eye and blend it out into my crease. So I'm picking up my blending brush, no product, and I'm just blending those colors together. So I just had to kind of focus that. So basically I just put this on the outer part and I blended it into my crease area. And now we are going to, I kind of didn't want to do this, but I always end up doing it. I'm going to cut the inner part of my eye. So I'm going to do like a cut crease again. I always do. And the concealer that I like to use for this is my Tarte Shape Tape concealer. If you guys don't know that, well, what are you doing with your life? It's going to be a tip for you guys. So whenever you want to carve out your crease part, what you want to do is leave your eye open. Like if you regularly open your eye, go over the crease part and just make a line. See, so you know where your crease is. And then I just go in and do it. Going back into the Morphe JACLYN Hill palette, I'm going to pick up this shade here, and we are going to apply this all over our lid. Picking up a flat brush, I'm going to pick up that product, Spray Sun 6 Plus. Apply this on our lid. So going back into the Modern Renaissance palette, I'm going to pick up the pinks that I used. I'm going to use the pinks that I used in my crease, and I'm going to use the same ones, but I'm going to use these to blend out this part of my eye. And then going back into the Urban Decay one to pick up the burgundy. We're going to focus this on the outer part and just blend it in towards the thing a little bit. Now all we got to do is highlight the inner corner of our eye. And you guys already know what shade I'm going to be using. It's the same one that I used for my brow bone. By the way, I stopped talking because I know it's going to get long and I still want to talk while I'm doing my face. Picking up some makeup remover wipes from Neutrogena. As you can tell, I just put a line of liquid liner on the top lash line. This is just so that when I apply my lashes, they're not, no, the glue doesn't really show. So I'm just going to pretty much clean up the bottom where all the fallout is. So now to prime the bottom lash line, we're going to use my concealer, blend it out with my beauty blender, set it with some powder. So basically what we're going to do on our bottom lash line is pretty much exact same thing we did at the top, except we're not going to add any shimmer at the bottom. We're just really going to smoke it out with the pinks and the burgundy. Okay guys, so while my lashes are drying, I did apply some mascara already with the same mascara that I used in my last video, which is the Loreal Voluminous Lash Paradise. I do have an opinion on it. Although I really like this mascara and it's a really good mascara for a drugstore and it's a dupe of the Better Than Sex mascara, it does the same thing the other mascara does, which is the one Better Than Sex one. It does dry out. Mine's already drying out and I've only had it for maybe like 2 weeks, so that's kind of like a downfall on it, but it's still a good mascara. So anyways, moving on. Now that I'm waiting for my lashes to dry, which is they're just some number 43 from the brand CREME, I believe. That's the brand that I'm using today, and they're just the number 43, the very natural lashes. So now I'm just going to prime my face, and I'm going to be using my Matte Rescue POREfessional primer, and I'm going to put this in my nose mostly because Lord, I've been getting real oily here in this area. I think it might be because of the weather. I'm not sure exactly. This never really has happened to me. I've always been very dry skinned, but I think maybe I just get dry in the cold and I just started noticing that kind of stuff. So I'm just putting this in my pretty much my T-zone area, but I'm not putting too much product, but most of the product I'm putting it on my nose, if you know what I mean. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop these lashes on. So I applied some mascara on the bottom lashes, and now that my lashes are on, I just want to go ahead and go into my Maybelline gel liner in black, and I'm going to apply that gel liner into my waterline. Now that we're done with our eyes, we can move on to our face. Now we can start chatting again. So we already primed the face. Now we're just going to do the foundation, all that stuff. So like I said last time, my fave, it's my favorite. And I'm going to do the same thing last video. I'm going to use the butt of the beauty blender and I'm going to apply this all over my face. So anyways, let's start talking again. So I was gone for 2 weeks before the video I uploaded, this one. And I was gone because I started to get really bad pain. If you follow me on Snapchat, you know I started getting really bad pain in my mouth. Like in my in the back of my mouth, like my molars started hurting a lot, and then I started getting ear pain, and I started to get a headache on that side, and everything was just hurting on this side, and it was like too much for me. I couldn't concentrate, I couldn't eat, so I was really like kind of in a funk because I couldn't eat and I was hungry, but my gums got so swollen. They literally got so swollen that even if I tried to chew on this side, because this side hurted, my mouth couldn't close because of how swollen the back of my mouth was. And so I went to the dentist, and well, of course I had to get a letter from my OB-GYN, so I went and I got one. And I went to the dentist and I got so mad because only that dentist had accepted my Medicaid because I'm 21 years old. And tell me why I go to the dentist just for them to be exaggerating. First of all, I've always had a hard time getting x-rays done in my mouth because I don't know, like I'm bad with them doing the x-rays in the back of my molars. I have really bad gagging problems, and so the one that was taking my x-rays, she had told me, I told her, you know, at the beginning, I was like, hey, you know, I have really bad problems taking x-rays. Some doctors say because my tongue's big, or some other doctors tell me it's just a gagging problem I have. The last doctor, or the doctor I usually go to, always works it out with me, and they just usually use the little ones on me, the little baby ones to do the x-rays with. And so I explained that to her, and she's like, okay. So she started trying to do the little ones, and she was like struggling, but I wasn't gagging anymore. But when she was doing the first one with the big one, she was like you know, she couldn't, because I mean, I've always had a problem with it, so it's not something new for me. And I told her, you know, before she even started, so she tried it with the big one, and I was still struggling, and I was gagging, and I told her, well, let me just try it again with the big one, because she couldn't do it with the little one. She was saying that she couldn't get the shots perfect, and she wanted to go ask the dentist if they really needed my shots from the back. And I told her, well, I kind of do need the x-rays done in my back mouth, because that's where that's where I have the pain, you know, and she kind of has to see what's going on in there. And she was like, well, they told me if I don't take the back teeth, you're not gonna get diagnosed with anything. And I was kind of like,
well, then why did I come?
You know? So then I didn't tell her that. I'm not rude like that to people. And so I was kind of like, whatever. And then I told her, well, you know what, let's try it again with the big one. I'll try my best to hold it in. And I told her, I'll try my best to hold in my gagging, and I'll hold the thing in there if my tongue tries to push it out or whatever. And those are just reflexes in my mouth, whatever. So I told her that, and she's like, no. She's like, no, I can't do it, because she's like, you're gagging really bad. And she's like, and I'm on medication, and I already feel nauseous, and the last thing I want is for you to throw up on me, and then I throw up on you back. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I'm not gonna throw up, I'm just gagging, you know. And so I was kind of like, okay. So at the end, she ended up just taking my my front x-rays of my mouth, and just did the whole 360 one, which you can still see on my teeth. And anyways, I was just kind of like, aren't you supposed to get used to this, you know, like, you work with the mouth, so you can't really just complain about that. But I didn't tell her anything. I was just like, whatever, you know, she's probably having a rough day, so I didn't say anything, because I'm not that person to make a big deal out of it. And so, but I was in pain, and I was really hoping that they could do something, because really what I wanted them to do was just take away the swelling. I was already taking Tylenol because they said I could. That's pretty much the only medicine I could take because of my pregnancy. And so really I went just for my swelling, for them to prescribe something to my swelling. So I go and see the doctor for the exam, and so I went to the exam room, with the dentist, and then tell me why the dentist is pretty much just telling me, basically telling me and exaggerating how bad my swelling is in my mouth. Like, I don't already know what my swelling looks like. I was like, I know all this stuff, you know, like, you don't have to tell me. And she was really exaggerating it to me. And she's like, I've never seen anything like this. I'm like, you know, y'all are a pretty good rated dentist. I don't understand how you would never see anything like this. You know, it's just my wisdom teeth coming in, and it's just got really swollen. So she's like, yeah, but this is gonna be, well, I didn't tell her that, but in my head I was kind of like, why are you exaggerating this so really bad, you know. She started making me feel bad, and because I'm very emotional now because of my fucking pregnancy, I was kind of like, I wanted to cry, because like she kept exaggerating it to me, and I was kind of like, I already know all this stuff, like, please tell me something I don't know, you know. And I asked her, well, can you prescribe something to me, and so I can do something about the swelling. She's like, well, I can't do nothing about the swelling because it's just your wisdom tooth and all this other stuff. She told me things like remedies that I was already doing at home. So I was just mad because she didn't do anything for me. I just started crying when I left, because I went for my swelling so I would be able to eat, you know, because I was worried about my baby, and they didn't do nothing about it. So then I called Jose, let him know what happened, and then he told me he found a remedy for my swelling, and then I started doing it, and next thing you know, the swelling went away, and I don't have the swelling anymore. I started to eat. I was so happy. Like, I had never been so happy to eat and excited to eat in my whole life. So one morning I woke up and I was like, oh my god, I can chew. So I was super excited, and you know, thanks to him, because he found a remedy for me, and I was just so thankful that Jose found it for whatever reason for me. And yeah, that's pretty much what happened with my mouth those 2 weeks that I was gone off YouTube, and I was just in pain like bad, and I didn't know what to do anymore. I was giving up. But anyways, so now I don't have any pain in my teeth. I'm so happy. My swelling is completely gone and I'm thankful, to be honest. I just hope it doesn't come back, and if it does, at least I know what to do. And best believe I'm gonna get those tooth taken out, the bottom ones, because they really do hurt. And the pain is really bad when it comes to the molars. So to set my face, I'm just going to use my MAC Fix Plus, and I'm just going to go ahead and set my face. My camera's about to die, so just in time to end my get ready with me. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this get ready with me. I know I chit chat a lot, but I wanted to do this for such a long time. And I'm happy to be back and rolling and recording and uploaded for you guys and hearing you guys' thoughts. A lot of people loved my last video, and I'm super happy that you guys love my vibe. And yeah, so thank you so much for watching. Do not forget to follow me on all the social media platforms. Everything that I did not mention in this video, well, everything that was used in this video will be provided in the description box below. Go check that section out. And other than that, my loves, I will see you all on my next video. Bye. The fuck was this? Bye.